Hello, I tried to give you guys a warning that today's video might not be that long because I have to go to a meeting for Tegan's school and to talk about some things that we're experiencing in our district. So I will not be here for that long, but I do want to talk to you guys. Hi, everybody. Today's topic is living a life purpose for God. If you guys have any questions or any comments that you want to leave me, go ahead and leave them on the bottom. Hi, Joe. Hi, Michelle. Okay, you guys. So, hey, booby. Okay, so today's topic is living a life purpose for God. What does that even really mean? You know, when you say that you want to live a life that is purposed for the works of God, first of all, we have to get in alignment about what we perceive God to be. Like, what is that? Do we have the capacity to even manage what that even means? When I refer to God, I'm talking about source. I'm talking about source energy, something that never ends, something that never begins. It just exists. It's a force. It's an energy. I call God the science. God is science. People think that science is a system and a process, which it is, but I think that it's the human grasp of God's systems and God's processes, and people just the way that we interpret God's existing things that he has created and how they exist and how they function, and we try to replicate those things and duplicate those things, and so that we can try to tap into that genius. God is design, God is science, God is energy, God is creation, that is what God is. And Jesus, I think that the Bible does a really good job by utilizing what Jesus represented, by mastering that. When I say metaphysics, it's the union of the physical and the spiritual realm, and the collaboration of those two concepts and bringing them together. And Jesus had a really good handle on that, and that's what he came to show us, what our capacity was operating in these physical bodies that we have, right? So that's what we're going to talk about from that perspective. Okay, we're going to talk about God and purposing your life for God from that perspective. And to be quite honest, we can make it hard and we can make it long, but it's not going to be hard and it's not going to be long for me, because based on what I just outlined, based on what my perception is, because I'm an avid reader, I'm not reading my word like I used to, but I love to read the Bible. I love to read sacred texts. I love to think and manage information. Like, you guys know that. Constantly thinking, constantly meditating, constantly praying, constantly trying to stay in touch and be aligned with what source energy is. So the point that I'm making is that when you're purposing your life, for me, when I thought about what my goals and my dreams and my ambitions were, I knew that they had to align with those same systems and constructs that I explained that I believe God is. So I knew that if I were to have a business, it had to be fiscally, so in terms of financially, in terms of the money systems that we all operate within the context of, I knew it had to be fiscally responsible. I knew it had to be environmentally responsible, and I knew it had to be socially responsible. Fiscally responsible in terms of the energy, the money, right? Environmentally, I knew that I wanted to have a business that made sense so that we were not going to dishonor God's earth. And then I knew that I wanted to have a business that was not going to dishonor God's people. And that's it. So if you align your values and then if you align your goals and your dreams and your ambitions and your purpose for that, then you will see things manifest and bear fruit. Joe has a point here. Living for God is living life as one body. God created us to be powerful. You have to connect to that spiritual form and adapt the universe and let God use you. Right on. I totally agree with that, Joe. I 130% agree with that. I couldn't agree with that anymore. He said living for God is living life as one body. I agree. I left that point out. That's what Holy Spirit is. It's not seeing yourself any different than what the least of these are. It's not seeing yourself any different from them. It's one. We are one. We are one body. We are one. We are one. One. One human. One. One body. One. So when you start to view things that way, then you take ego out. Like your ego comes out of it. Like you're no longer thinking about like yourself from the perspective of you trying to win, because you wouldn't even consider trying to exploit your brother because you see yourself as your brother. You see yourself as someone like we are all one. Just like a body has, and we all have different functions. Just like a body has hair and a body has toes and a body has a nose. You know, like they all do different things, but they all have a purpose. That's what we're supposed to be operating like. Ego and pride, boo. Exactly. Ego and pride. So we got to get rid of all that, you know, and we have to be transparent with one another. I just had a conversation with an individual about this yesterday because I'm a very private person, and you might not believe this about me, but I am extraordinarily introverted. Very much so. Like, it's like I said to you, it's hard right now for me to be doing these live streams and stuff like that. But I mean, you might think that I'm extroverted, which I am. Like, I'm extroverted from the perspective of like, I like to meet people and I like to talk to people and stuff like that. But I really get my energy from when I'm being by myself and I'm in solitude and I'm with people that like my family, and like I'm very, very insular like that. Like, I just like it. It's better for me like that. And that's it. So the point that I'm making about that is that I was saying to him, like this person, he was saying how like he lives a life that's full of transparency, full disclosure, like he doesn't hide anything from anybody. And I think that there's some validity to that. Like, I think that that's how maybe it should be. Maybe we should just all live and disclose everything to one another. But the problem is, just like I said in my video yesterday, that everybody doesn't operate like that. People are constantly leveraging. So if I'm full disclosure and you're not full disclosure, then that means like that's not equal footing. If everybody was putting all their stuff out, that might be a very different situation. But I don't believe in that. So we got a lot of work to do as humanity before everybody just start pouring out Now what I will do, I'm very forthright. Just because I'm forthright don't mean I'm not introverted, because I say anything. Y'all know I'm capable of saying any damn thing. So anyway, I've always been like that. But I'm just saying, that don't mean that not introverted. Joe says, being humble is the answer to life. How you receive blessings. Very cool, Joe. I agree. Being humble and operating in gratitude, being grateful. Thank you, and an expectation, and thinking that, you know, just like the Bible tells you, the earth is the Lord's and the fullness thereof. Like, this is all. You ain't poor. You got access to all this. There's nothing that you don't have access to. Period. You gotta live your life like that, thinking that way. So if you are grateful and you thank God and you just are, you know, operating in this sense of expectation that God is God and God will provide for you, then He will. He will. Is there any questions? Any more questions for me? Who is all on here? I can't. Is there a way that I could see who's on here and who logs on? Tinashe, hi. So is there any other questions or comments? Because I'm about to go. If not, if you guys have anything more to say to me, guys, I didn't say this to you before. Like, this is on a completely different topic, but I'm probably going to end up getting a relaxer in my hair. I'm just saying, like, hey, Tinashe, you got us on the latter part of this conversation. You can't see a full... No, I can't see. You can tell me who's on here. Tell me who's on here. How do I look? And I want some cupcakes. I wish you guys would ask questions. I just feel like you are not tapping into... Like, I would ask y'all questions if you were doing live streams. If I had a question, you can ask me anything. Is there not anything that you want to ask me? If not, I'm about to go. I love you. I will talk to you later. No, I cannot see the full list. Oops. Is there a way that I can access the full list? What should I do? So let me, I want to talk. You can only see when they first join, click a reaction or comment. Oh, okay. Well, yeah. Well, I can't see. So the other part of this is like raising your children. How would you describe you with God right now? Yes, I am going to that meeting. Wait, I forgot what I was, hold on a minute. There's a couple things I forgot. Somebody just texted me, so I was like, hold on, Joe. I'm gonna address Joey's question. He said, how would you describe you with God right now? That's a really good question. I think that my relationship with God right now is God has really been really merciful and very patient with me, because God has given me a vision, and I have been stagnant for many, many years, and I've not executed the things that God has revealed to me in my spirit about what my life's work is. And I am trying to now act on the things that I feel as though God has like revealed to me. And I am kind of like afraid that I'm not working hard enough or fast enough or strategic enough. And I know that that's like, God is patience. There's nothing lacking. He's good. God is just good. So there's nothing, I mean, I know that that's probably like, you know, a device of the enemy, like it's not real, but you know, that is how I'm feeling. And I'm trying to hurry and make things happen. Just like with my food truck, I got this money, you know, and it's like burning a hole in my pocket. Like I want to go and buy this food truck, but I don't want to make just a choice and just buy all this stuff. And then I need to lay out a plan and be wise and utilize some discretion and some discernment and make good choices and have a really dope business plan and make good connections and there's too many things, and I'm not gonna do it like and be expedient about it and then like fail it just so that I could say I did it. Like, that's craziness. I don't care what y'all say, you know, like you know, like I'm gonna wait and I'm gonna do it wise and I'm gonna be smart about it, and I'm gonna like make relationships and create strategic partnerships with organizations and with other businesses so that my business can flourish. I think that that's what God's expectation of me is. And so for me to move rapidly, just to hurry up and say I did it, like that's not wisdom. And I don't think that that's what God is. So I'm like sorting through that right now with God. And I'm also having some thoughts about, you know, sorry. Can y'all still see me? Okay, sorry, somebody called me. And I'm also having some thoughts about my daughter and like what she needs in her life as it relates to like, do I need a husband? You know, where do I need to have a man in my life? And what kind of woman do I want to be to Tegan? Do I want to like, I have this thought in my head, like either A, I want to demonstrate to Tegan how to be a boss, you know, how to be a strong woman and be able to make it and get it in on your own without having a man, and be fulfilled and be happy and be joyful and to do things in your life that you want to do and have experiences that you want to have? Or do I want to demonstrate to her what God's original design was for the family, which is a man and a woman and a child, and like live my life like that kind of way and have a family, you know, according to like what my thoughts are about what a family is supposed to represent, like a man and a woman, and that man and that woman have children. Now, part of me feels like, you know, families are made up of all different types, you know, like I had this lady who does like, she does some body work on me, and I won't say what it is because it's kind of invasive, but like I am really into holistic health anyway. But she was talking to me as she was working on me, and she was saying how you know, she has a boyfriend. She's like a woman. She's in her 60s. She's beautiful. She's like just vibrant. She's what I hope to be when I'm that age. Like just really, like even more so though. Like she's really active. She's always running around, bouncing around. Anyway, and she was saying how like if her and her boyfriend didn't work out, then thank you, JoJo. Praise God. Amen. If the relationship between her and her boyfriend didn't work out, she was gonna move in with her girlfriend.